as an in-house studio yourselves, how you're experiencing this huge increase in content, and also this new sort of, additional challenge to creatives of becoming multi-skilled and delivering sort of more cross-media content.
Yeah. Well, I think firstly, your stat about 10 times the amount of assets, that's something that we're hearing a lot, nonstop. I think almost everyone who works in-house with via Oliver, with a big multinational, is experiencing this and feeling it. But the feeling part is that actually the importance that people used to think maybe an e-com asset is a bit throwaway. The expectation is that that craft has to be beautiful, but also important and effective, and has that hybrid role of beauty and importance. So the expectations the volume has gotten higher, the expectations have gotten higher, and so how do you deal with that? I think partly is that the creatives I work with really have to be very entrepreneurial and open. Maybe one day they're working towards like a TV film piece, and another day they're doing their very best to make something quite smart at an e-com level. And having that flexibility and openness to be able to work on that stuff is really important, because I think the times when you were in a place where you just did TV or only little digital assets, that's shifting very much so, to the point that assets that used to be regarded as effective in TV land are increasingly, in beauty, for example, a texture shot with maybe a beautiful person, maybe not, is proven to be actually more effective now than a whole TV spot. So it's a big shift. Yeah. So I think a huge thing is that being a bit humble about the pieces that might seem small, but they're very important. So, how we're working is that first and foremost, I think it's a mindset shift. Some of my projects begin with 3 different time zone offices, from London, South Africa to Singapore, and right away there needs to be a friendliness, there needs to be a sense of listening. Those live brainstorms, important when you do your reviews with clients, especially on pieces of film or anything motion. We're using Frame.io. We're inviting those clients to those meetings right away, because we can make live changes really quickly that just, even the thought of like, oh, should we invite the client? Yes, please, because it's the same as bringing a client into the edit suite. You get everything done so much faster. I think a lot of this has to do with just being open to learn, because whether you're talking to different offices, for example, within beauty, there's massively different interpretations of sexuality and beauty between, let's say, different Asian countries to Europe. And, being mindful of that, asking the questions, does this work here, does it not? You'll learn something. Mm-hmm. So that's a really important thing that we like to keep in mind. But it's that hybrid of, I think, a mindset and then having the tools to be able to move quickly between whatever time zone following the sun. Hey.